New York City in the 1700s. AI Reconstruction. New York City in the 1700s was a small but rising port at the edge of an empire. By the early 18th century, fewer than 10,000 people lived here. By the end of the century, it was already shaping the future of a nation. In this video, I use modern AI tools to bring historic paintings, engravings, and prints to life, allowing us to shift perspective, change camera angles, and move through the same scenes in ways their original artists never could. We are not just looking at images, we are walking through them. First, I want to talk about where everything began. This view shows the southern tip of Manhattan. By the early 1700s, this view shows Manhattan narrowing into a crowded point between two rivers. In the foreground, wooden docks reach into dark, moving water. Ships from London, the Caribbean, and West Africa rise and fall with the tide. Their masts cut sharply into the sky. On shore, warehouses press close together. Barrels of sugar, rum, flour, and tobacco are stacked high. You can hear ropes creaking, gulls crying, and sailors shouting in many languages. The smell is salt, tar, wet wood, and smoke. But this was also a dangerous place. Fires were common. Storms could destroy ships overnight. Disease moved easily through the port. This harbor mattered because it made New York rich. Trade turned a small colonial town into a vital Atlantic hub. By the mid-17th century, customs duties here funded British power in North America. Today, this same shoreline sits beneath modern skyscrapers, but the curve of the island is still there. Just beneath the streets, this is Fort George and Bowling Green. By the 1700s, this view shows Fort George standing at the heart of British authority. The fort rises above Bowling Green, the city's only public park at the time. Cannon face the harbor. A tall flagpole marks imperial control. Red-coated soldiers drill in the open space. Officials arrive in carriages. Nearby taverns fill with talk and argument. Tension is everywhere. After 1765, protests against the Stamp Act gather here. Crowds shout, effigies are burned, British troops watch closely. Fort George mattered because it symbolized power. Whoever controlled this ground controlled New York. In 1776, George Washington briefly held the city. Weeks later, the British took it back. The fort is long gone. Bowling Green still survives, quietly marking where empire once stood. This view shows Wall Street and the old city wall. By the early 1700s, this view shows a broad dirt road running east to west. A wooden wall once stood here, built by the Dutch in the 1650s. By now, the wall is gone, but the name remains. Wall Street. Merchants walk quickly between counting houses. Clerks carry papers sealed with wax. Coins change hands in doorways, but this was also a place of fear. In 1712, a slave revolt erupted nearby. In 1741, a supposed slave conspiracy led to executions and exile. The city lived with deep racial tension and violence. Wall Street mattered because money ruled here. Insurance, shipping finance, and speculation shaped the future economy. Today, this street is known worldwide. Its power began right here in these narrow colonial blocks. This is Broadway, the main street. By the mid-17th century, this view shows Broadway running north from the fort. It is wide by colonial standards. Houses are brick or clapboard, 2 or 3 stories tall. Carts rattle over uneven ground. Children run between shops. Church bells ring from Trinity Church, rebuilt in 1698. Crowds bring risk. Pickpockets work the street. Disease spreads quickly in summer heat. Broadway mattered because it connected everything. Government, church, trade, and social life all pass through here. Today, Broadway still cuts through the city. The scale has changed, but the path is the same. This view shows Trinity Church and the churchyard. By the 1700s, this view shows Trinity Church dominating the skyline. Its steeple rises above the low town. Gravestones crowd the churchyard. Worshippers arrive in fine coats and dresses. Funeral processions move slowly past open graves. The air smells of earth and candle smoke. Death was close. Yellow fever outbreaks struck in 1702, 1732, and later, decades. Churchyards filled fast. Trinity mattered because it anchored power and faith. Its land holdings would shape New York for centuries. Remarkably, this church still stands today, rebuilt again after fires and collapse. This is the East River waterfront. By the mid-17th century, this view shows busy slips along the East River. Smaller ships dock here than in the harbor. Ferries cross to Brooklyn and Long Island. Fishmongers shout prices. Women sell bread and oysters. The river smells stronger here. Mud, fish, waste. Winter ice could trap boats. Spring floods damage docks. Still, trade never stopped. This waterfront mattered because it fed the city. Food, fuel, and building materials arrived here daily. Today, highways and piers cover much of this shore, but the river still moves the same way. This view shows a colonial marketplace. By the 1700s, this view shows an open market near the town center. Stalls are simple. Canvas roofs flap in the wind. Farmers arrive before dawn. Enslaved Africans carry goods. Cows and pigs are driven through the streets. Arguments break out over prices. The city tries to regulate weights and measures, often unsuccessfully. Markets mattered because survival depended on them. There were no supermarkets. What you saw here was what you ate. Modern New York's food culture traces back to scenes like this. This is the Great Fire of 1776 aftermath. By September 1776, this view shows smoke rising over ruins. A massive fire destroys up to a quarter of the city. British-occupied New York is in chaos. Homeless families search for shelter. Soldiers patrol burned streets. Blame is everywhere. Proof, nowhere. The fire mattered because it reshaped the city. Rebuilding followed new patterns. Wood slowly gave way to brick. Today, few physical traces remain, but the street layout still reflects this rebuilding. This view shows New York at the end of the century. By the 1790s, this view shows a changed city. The British are gone. George Washington was inaugurated nearby in 1789. Federal Hall stands on Wall Street. New buildings rise. The population grows past 60,000. The city looks forward, not back. This moment mattered because New York became American. Its future as a financial and cultural capital was set. Today, we walk these streets without thinking about how fragile they once were. New York in the 1700s feels distant, but it is closer than we think. The streets, the shoreline, even the tensions still echo beneath the modern city. AI allows us to step back into those moments, to feel the scale, the noise, and the risk. If there's another city, moment, or scene you'd like to see reconstructed, let me know in the comments. Again, thank you so much.